Now for today's quick shot of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Hey, this is good old boy Mike. Coming up on this quick shot is a quick interview with good old boy Matt and the fine folks from Highland Brewing out of Asheville, North Carolina, talking about some of the beers they have coming up, as well as the 20th anniversary of the release of Cold Mountain. Now, here's good old boy Matt.
If you would, please introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Hollie Stephenson. I'm the brewmaster at Highland Brewing Company.
Please tell me a little bit about your brewing history. How did you get into the beer industry?
I've been in the industry about 6 years now. It's a second career for me. I was first in government relations, so I was a lobbyist in Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big change.
Kind of found craft beer, got a brewing education, and spent most of my brewing career at Stone Brewing in San Diego. Mm-hmm. And now I've been here at Highland for almost 2 years. Okay. Yeah.
Very good. Well, how would you describe the craft beer scene of Asheville, North Carolina?
Well, I mean, it's awesome. Like, it's such a small town, and to be able to just walk to so many breweries or even drive, like the surrounding area of Asheville, like just Western North Carolina in general, there are just so many cool breweries, and people are doing unique things. It's just, I don't know, it's awesome. It's not like San Diego, it's a lot more laid back, I think. But it's just great that everyth's just so close together.
Yeah. Well, you've been to two big epicenters of craft beer. Yeah. And how would you compare it to the rest of the country when you've gone through?
It's kind of hard to imagine living in a place that doesn't have a concentration like this. Like, I don't know. I've tried to picture it, and I just can't anymore after having the privilege of being in San Diego and then Asheville. It's like it's only a few other places really where you could do that, like Portland, some other places, but yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Please tell me a little bit about your year-round beers here.
Yeah. So most people know. Most people know Highland for Gaelic Ale. It's our flagship. It's still our best seller. But one thing that's been really cool for me since I started working here was that I got to make 3 new core beers for Highland's year-round lineup. And I got to do all of that in the last year.
Oh, wow.
Highland hadn't released a new core beer in quite a long time. And so
12 years?
Yeah. So kind of as a team, we identified some things that we would like to do. So we've got Highland IPA, which is our new West Coast style IPA, which I was dying to make because, coming here from San Diego, like just kind of generally being on the West Coast, like IPAs mean something different. So I was very happy to be able to make a West Coast IPA. The Mandarina IPA, which is our, it's kind of a session IPA with whole pureed oranges in it. Whoa. So it's really awesome. And then just a really classic German Pilsner. So, I don't know. That's been really fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I think
cool.
for everybody, like it's been a new challenge for literally every department here. It's been kind of fun to come together as a team and make it happen.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you about the cult of Cold Mountain.
Cold Mountain.
It is something worshipped like crazy around here. Please tell me, was that around before you were here? Did you help?
Oh yeah. So this is the 20th anniversary of Cold Mountain this year. Okay. So it was long before I was even able to drink alcohol.
1996.
Okay, 96.
So yeah, it's been pretty amazing to come into this and realize the phenomenon. I think it's such a cool tradition, and there's just this excitement in the air around here, like when we're leading up to the Cold Mountain release, and it's a cool little piece of like cultural history that I'm happy I got to be a part of.
What is it? How would you describe it to people outside of the area?
Oh, I mean, the beer itself is a winter warmer. Okay. It's a nice brown ale, and we every year. So the malt bill stays the same, but we change the special ingredients every year. Okay. So it'll be a mixture of different spices and fruits. Mm-hmm. So that's always fun. It keeps it fresh. But yeah, how would I describe it outside of that? I think I don't know. You just feel like you're not drinking just the beer. Like it's more of an experience than that for people, and I think that's why it's hung around for so long, and it's just kind of become such a phenomenon. Like, you experience Cold Mountain beyond just, like, taking a sip. It's kind of hard to explain. It's really intangible.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've followed the account that follows where every location where you can get this beer, and I've not seen that any other brewery or any other single beer ever.
That's pretty
funny. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And what did you find when you saw it for the first time? What was your reaction?
I mean, it just feels really good. Like, let's see. Oh no, I was here for almost a year by the time the last Cold Mountain came around, but I still felt really new. And it's funny, it's like after the passing of like my first Cold Mountain season, it somehow was like time shifted and changed. I'm like, okay, like I'm part of this now. It's something pretty crazy to see. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, very cool. What's the date for this year's release?
November 10th. Yeah, the 10th is a Thursday, so we'll be releasing that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Most of the brewery sales will be done. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And is that mostly going to be found here, or will that be found distributed as well, or how does that work?
So we'll release it at the brewery first that weekend, and then you'll start seeing it in stores that Monday after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, you're in Tennessee. What does it mean to have your beer distributed in Tennessee?
Oh, it's really cool. I think, I'm a Southerner originally. I'm from Southern Georgia.
Okay.
And so, kind of moving back to the Southeast, I didn't really know that I would ever do that, especially working in beer. But the way that beer has taken off here, making beer for Southerners is something that I only really could have dreamed of. I love that there's a culture here now. I love that I'm back and I'm making craft beer for my people.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. You also now have the High Grav series. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, the Warrior series. That's been fun. It was a way for us to be experimental, to do something limited release, and just to kind of. It was really when it started. We were just kind of dipping our toes in the water of having a specialty beer line at all, because Highland wasn't really known for that. So that's been fun. Our next release is going to be Imperium Russian Imperial Stout. So it's a Russian Imperial Stout with adjuncts. So we've got coconut, vanilla, and coffee. Yes. So coffee from an awesome micro roaster called Octane down in Atlanta, and that is going to be amazing. It's going to be 8%er.
That's our next one.
Yeah, that'll be in February.
Sounds like a liquid almond joy. That sounds great.
Yeah, dude, we tried the pilot version. Oh, I wish we had it on right now so you could try it.
Me too.
It's gonna be.
When I was pouring you something, you were like, "I'm not really hoppy." I was like, "Oh, coconut."
Yeah.
No.
The cool thing about that beer too is the base beer was so awesome before we even put the other stuff in it. So I'm like, we're rebrewing this for barrels one day. Period.
Nice. Yeah. Well, tell me about that. So do you barrel age?
We don't.
Okay.
No. When we do it, we want to do it right.
Yeah.
So that'll be something that is very calculated and planned.
Can we expect it this year or just down the line?
Not this year. I wouldn't say way down the line. We're in discussions on how to make it happen. Okay. I would love for it to happen in the next 2 years, but maybe it's 3. I don't know.
Well, you have some barrels right next door, so that might help.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. So you recently had a big renovation here at the brewery.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Since I've been here, obviously we've brought this entire gigantic packaging line online. But also now we have this amazing event center that we rent out for private events, and a rooftop bar that's open 5 days a week. And it's beautiful. You can see all the mountains in the going south on the Blue Ridge Parkway, like Mount Pisgah, and it's a beautiful roof. Yeah. Cold Mountain, yes.
Nice. It all comes full circle.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I won't hold you up any longer, but is there anything else you'd like to discuss or you'd like to add?
You want to plug Blackwatch, November 25th?
Oh, that's not the next Warrior series. Sorry. So it's because we've already brewed Blackwatch. We just haven't released it yet. So the Warrior series that she's referring to, Blackwatch Double Chocolate Milk Stout. It's awesome. So it's basically an imperial milk stout. We use crushed cocoa beans from the French Broad Chocolate Factory, which is down in downtown Asheville, and it's a crowd favorite. So
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And that was one of the ones, Matt, that actually was it started in the pilot room when we were doing the employee test batches.
Yeah.
And it evolved from one of our,
Okay.
our employee exits.
Very cool.
So that's a really neat part of that story that I always like. And it's November 25th.
November
Black
25th.
Friday.
Okay. Oh boy. Has it been difficult for you to release high grav beers for places like Nashville that kind of are still like dipping their toes and won't fully till next year?
I mean, it's part of a discussion anytime we have a sales meeting. Like, we're stoked for Tennessee laws to change.
January 1st.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. I'm sure you guys are too.
Big time. Big time. Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I'm good. You good?
All right.
I good.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Matt, for taking the time to chat with those folks from Highland Brewing, again, out of Asheville, North Carolina. Be sure and catch up with us anytime on Facebook, as well as our regular weekly episodes on iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, and our own Android app. For now, this is Good Old Boy Mike asking you, come back, join us once again, and keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sips, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see you all next time.